Well, hello guys, Popular, and today I'm back for another moveset video, and today's moveset video is about the Pokemon Ledian, and Ledian is such a funny Pokemon. It is terrible. It's a terrible Pokemon, but it has an amazing design. If you ask me, Ledian looks really good, to be honest. I like its design, and Ledian is one of the Pokemon that I really think deserves a Mega Evolution. It's just not good at all. And today I'm trying to make two movesets, or I've made two movesets that could possibly work for you if you want to run Ledian. If you feel ballsy enough and run this amazing looking Pokemon, but Ledian is still not good, so let's just hope that these sets are sets that you guys enjoy. So let's first start off with Ledian's stats. As you guys can see, Ledian has not the greatest stats, but in the Pokemon Dex, the Pokédex, Ledian's Pokédex entry is Ledian is the 5-star Pokemon, and Ledian possesses the 3 abilities: Early Bird, which makes makes you sleep only for 1 turn, and Swarm, which boosts your bug type moves when you are lower than 30%. So or lower than 25%, I believe. It works the same as Blaze. And for its hidden ability, it has the ability Iron Fist, which is a really good ability, and we are going to use that ability in one of these two movesets. And for Ledian stats, it is a 55 HP stat, a 35 attack stat, a 50 defense stat, a 55 special attack stat, and a 110 special defense stat, and an 85 speed stat. So as you guys can see from the stats, Ledian has a terrible attack stat, 35, which is really unfortunate. I really feel like Ledian should get a Mega Evolution and boost its attack insanely, because this is nothing. It has a 55 HP stat, which is really bad, the bug and flying typing, which means that it's 4 times weak to rocks, which is always bad, 50 defense, which is not good, 55 special attack, which is not good, but a 110 special defense stat, which is really good actually. You can take a lot of hits with that amount of special defense, and an 85 speed set, which is not bad, it's pretty fast. So let's hop on to our first moveset for Ledian. So for the first moveset, I decided to go with a screener Ledian, and Ledian has a good amount of speed to be a screener, which makes it a really darn good mon. It has, I decided to go with the Light Clay item, the ability Swarm, and the Nature Jolly. The idea behind the ability Swarm is if you get hit with a physical attack after you set up your Reflect, you'll probably live it with not a good amount of HP, so you can U-turn out of there if it is a real threat, and the Swarm ability will boost the U-turn a little bit, so you can do at least some damage to your opponent. But for the moves, I decided to go with Light Screen and Reflect, because it's a screener Ledian, of course, and these two moves get boosted by the Light Clay, so instead of 5 turns on the field, they will be 7 turns, I believe, or 8 turns, something like that. And for the other move, I will go with U-turn, just to switch out of there, set up your Reflex, switch out of there with U-turn. Because you have good speed, that means that you can most likely set up the Reflect and Light Screen, or one of those, and just U-turn out of there. And for the last move, Roost, just to get some more sustain, just to be there for a bit longer, to set up more screens. Maybe if you set up your Light Screen and you take the hit really well. And for the EV spread, I would go with 248 HP and not 52, because if you go with 252, you will die in 2 turns for the rocks instead of 3 turns. So 248 is definitely recommended. 252 speed, because you need that max speed to set up the Light Screen before your opponent goes for the attack, or set up the Reflect before that happens. And 8 special defense, because you have to make use of your good special defense. You could also go with 8 defense or 8 attack, just what you're feeling. That 8 is just a random amount of EVs that I dropped into special defense of that moveset. So let's go on to the last and my personal favorite moveset. And this is my last favorite moveset for Ledian so far. I have seen some movesets for Ledian, but I feel like this can do work actually. This is a sweeping Ledian, and this is just basically try and you could definitely lead with Ledian. When I ran it on Showdown, Ledian was my main lead, because people always try and set up their rocks on Ledian before Ledian switches in, because it's 4 times weak with rocks. which makes it a really good lead in this set. So I would go with the item, the Lychee Berry, which boosts your attack when you're lower than 25% of health, or Select Berry. It just depends on if you want to go for the speed or for the attack. I would personally prefer the attack because Ledian has good speed but terrible attack, and for the ability I would definitely go with Iron Fist because it boosts one of your moves that you're using on this set. For the nature, definitely Jolly. You could also go with Adamant. I would personally go with Jolly Lychee Berry or Adamant Select Berry. That are both possible sets. But the speed is kind of necessary because you need to set up your substitute before your opponent attacks you, because Ledian is so frail. So for the moves I would go with substitute because that's the main reason. You try and set up a substitute, their opponent decides to set up his rocks, and then you go for the anchor him into rocks, and then you start to set up power up punches, which is the main move you're going to use on this set. Power up punch boosts your attack by 1 stage every time you use the move, and because power up punch is a fist based move, it will get boosted with the Iron Fist ability, which makes it a 48 base power move. It's still not good, to be honest, but it's okay. And for the last move I would go with Acrobatics. It's a stab move, and realize the power gets doubled when you are not wearing an item or using an item, or holding an item I should say. So what you're basically trying to do is set up substitute, go for the encore, then they're probably going to switch out if they're a good competitive player, because you should never stay in on someone who encored you. So you go for the power up punch, and then your opponent switches into something fast, a wall for a reason. Then you go for another power punch. Then they kill your sub, and then you set up subs until you are down to your Lychee Berry range or Select Berry range, and then you attack them with an Acrobatics. That's basically what you're trying to do with this set, and it's a really effective set. It worked for me pretty decently. For the EV spread I would go with a standard EV spread of 252 attack, 252 speed, and a bit special defense. Maybe you can take 2 hits with your substitute. You never know, but it's a really decent set. It has been working out for me pretty nicely, and I'll show you a clip of how this Ledian actually worked after the video. So let's go on to the... So this was the Ledian moveset video. I hope you guys enjoyed these 2 movesets. If you decide to use Ledian, definitely give these 2 movesets a shot, and definitely give Ledian a shot because it's fun to use and you never see it, and honestly it looks really cute. It looks like a Power Ranger. That's the name of my Ledian, and I feel like Ledian should get some more usage, even though it sucks, but still it is a cool Pokemon. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, enjoy the little clip of Ledian in action, and then I'll see you guys in my next video. Later.